Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good Sunday morning to you folks. This is Storm Track 7 meteorologist Robbie coming our way. The good news is this is our last Storm Track 7 yellow alert day for those dangerous wind chills, as temperatures are basically going to be on the gradual increase heading through the day today and especially into tomorrow. But still this morning we are dealing with it. That's why it lasts through the rest of this morning. Wind chills as low as 25, if not 30 degrees below zero. Now, like I mentioned, that expires this morning. Same idea with these wind chill advisories. Again, all the way through 11 o'clock this morning. Afterwards, temperatures will again be on the uprise, or the uptick, I should say. Here's a look at that, though. Again, later during these mid-morning hours, late morning hours, we're most in the teens below zero. We see a gradual increase to single digits below zero around the noon hour, as you can see. And some of us later this afternoon into the evening could be above that 0 degree mark in terms of the wind chill. And again, later on tonight as well. So that'll feel pretty nice compared to what we've had, at least over the past couple of days. Now, with all this, the other big story for today is going to be the breezy wind conditions that we will have. As you can see, all these yellow bars here, that would indicate sustained winds around 10 to 20 miles an hour. We could have gusts reaching upwards of 30 miles per hour, though. But the one thing I really want you to notice here are wind direction, all out of the south, and that's what's really going to usher in a lot of the warmer air, at least relatively speaking to what we've seen recently, warmer air that we will have, at least for the remainder of the upcoming week. Talking about highs in the 30s across the board. I'll show you that in the 10-day forecast in just a moment here. But I do want to show you the cloud, or sky coverage, that is, throughout the remainder of the day. Again, pretty much mostly clear, if not partly cloudy for the first half of the day. Then later on this evening, as you can see, temperatures rising into the teens as well. Cloud coverage will be increased, and we'll call it partly sunny later this afternoon, mostly cloudy later this evening into tonight. Some of us around sunset, could be temperatures right around that 20 degree mark like we talked about. Again, very nice feel compared to what we've had. But later on tonight, late tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow, just before dawn, I would say, we're going to watch the slight chance for a bit of a wintry mix to moving across far southern locations. You'll see this for future track as we move on through. Very little, no accumulation is expected with this. Just something to be aware of, though, as if you are heading out early tomorrow morning for work to start your Monday. Things should be off, or out of the area, I should say, just before sunrise, which is some good news there. Otherwise, most of the day looks dry, cloudy, and a lot warmer, again, compared to what we've seen. Take a look at these highs tomorrow, mostly in the lower to middle 30s. Now, our next chance of precipitation, that's going to arrive tomorrow night and last through portions of the day on Tuesday. We're talking about another possible wintry mix here. Again, most of the day Monday is cloudy like we talked about. But I think around the 9 to 10 or 11 o'clock hour, precipitation starts working in from the south across southern areas. Could start as a bit of rain, again, because highs tomorrow are mostly going to be above freezing across the area. But again, we are hovering right around that freezing mark, which again brings up a lot of these questions that we're trying to decipher here and figure out and iron out for this particular forecast in terms of precipitation type. As you can see, this particular set of data, this model, I should say, here we are on the 5 o'clock hour on Tuesday, shows some wintry mix or some snow potential as well, say along and north of Highway 30. Now, how far north this reaches or how cold it gets, again, that is the big question here, because we could be talking about a mix of snow, rain maybe, or a mix of both. Even some freezing rain could mix on in. That's a lot of what you see with the pink here as well. So it's just something to be aware of at the moment. It's something we're going to be ironing out, especially over the rest of today and especially into tomorrow, to give you a heads up on what we're going to be seeing. But again, if it is a bit colder, maybe we all see a little bit of snow mix on in. That's, again, what this particular data is showing here, at least the morning hours of Tuesday. But during the afternoon, it looks like, again, highs are going to be mostly in the middle 30s, so we should end as a bit of rain for those southern locations. But just looks like a mixed bag in general precipitation before it rolls out Tuesday evening. So here's what we're looking at again. Mostly what I'm thinking right now, north of Highway 30 is where you're looking at the best shot for a bit of a wintry mix of rain and snow, maybe even some freezing rain potential. South of there, mostly rain, but again, you can't rule out any of that wintry mix potential there, especially with the questions we have at the moment. Otherwise, before we get any of that going, highs today near that 20 degree mark, a bit breezy as well, as you can see. That breeze will continue tonight with that first chance of wintry mix for far southern locations. Nothing too much to worry about there, very little to no accumulation is expected. But there's that chance Monday night into Tuesday for our next chance of wintry mix. Looking pretty likely at this point. Just lots of questions on what type of precipitation. Otherwise, our next chance comes Wednesday into Thursday. And take a look at these highs. Much warmer, like I talked about, mostly in the 30s.